Hello everyone, it's me Sarah, and today I bring to you 7 tips for new writers. Of course, this video doesn't just have to apply to new writers, it can apply to writers anywhere, but these are especially important for anyone who is just starting writing, thinking about writing. These tips are for you. Tip number 1, quality isn't important. You heard me correctly. I know that people sort of have this certain idea about what writing is, and they have this certain idea about what their first draft has to be. Word to the wise, writing is not first draft done and dusted. It is so much more than that. It is writing your first draft and then rewriting it, and then rewriting it, and then rewriting it, and then rewriting it. And now I'm caught in a loop of just rewriting like I have been for the past 5 years. The first most important part about writing is finishing your first draft. And if you're focusing too much on the quality of that first draft, you're never going to get it written. Your first draft is trash. Let it be trash. And then rewriting is what makes it quality. So when you first start writing, don't worry about how it sounds. Don't worry about how good it is or how bad it is. Just write. Because for that first draft, for that first time that you write, the quality doesn't mean anything, because no one but you is going to see it. Number 2, tips for new writers. The rules don't exist. The rules do not exist. Learn that phrase. Hang it up on your wall. Do not be tempted by every single piece of writing advice that you happen to come across on the internet, because writing advice, guys, it's nothing but opinions. It's personal opinions on how people prefer other people to write, and it's their opinions on the books they prefer to read. Searching for writing advice when you are just starting to write. Searching for writing advice when you're writing your first draft or you're learning. Don't think that as a new writer you have to find every single piece of information out there as you're learning. Don't go looking for writing advice. It's only going to hurt you in the long run. I've heard tons of stories of writers who have been told writing advice like show, don't tell, like don't use adverbs. And it has seriously screwed up them and their writing process. When you're writing your first draft, when you are finding your voice, when you're finding your style, writing advice means absolutely nothing to you. It only helps when you are able to pinpoint the weaknesses in your own writing and then go looking for specific writing advice to fix those specific weaknesses. Don't just go looking for writing advice all willy-nilly thinking it's going to help you improve. You are the only thing that's going to help you improve. Number 3, there is no such thing as an original idea. Don't try. Don't stress. Don't get upset or anxious if an idea that you've come up with is sort of similar to this other idea that is out there. Don't get too upset if you want to write a magical school and go, oh, but is it too similar to Harry Potter? Newsflash, the worst witch came first. There is no such thing as an original idea. There is no such thing as a unique idea. Guaranteed, you pull up any story, any TV show, any piece of media and sort of get the basic plot of it, you'll find the basic plot of it somewhere else. Thor and Cars, for example, right? Thor, the Marvel movie, and Cars, the Disney movie, right? Same plot. Look it up. I'll link it below. They have the same plot, but they're 2 completely different movies. What is original is your twist on things, your voice on things, how you write. That is the original point. So please do not be too upset if something that you have thought of, if an idea that you have is similar to someone else's story, to another TV show. As long as you're not copying plot point for plot point, character for character, word for word, it's okay. It's okay to get inspired by other people's work. It's not a problem. So please, 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 please don't fret if your idea is not as original as you thought it was. People don't want original ideas anyway. They want the same story over and over and over again because that's what they love. Number 4, tropes and cliches aren't bad. You'll hear it everywhere. These tropes are boring. These cliches are overdone. Doesn't matter. They're all we have as writers. Everything is a trope nowadays. Everything is a cliche. You can't avoid them, so don't try. Again, it is your original spin on these cliches and these tropes which is going to make them interesting. So keep your love triangle, even though I think love triangles suck. Keep your chosen one, keep your lovers to enemies, keep it all, and just try to make it different. Try to make it interesting. And if you can't think of ways to make it different or interesting, then just keep it the same and write it anyway. Every single writer out there has a different method of writing. They have a different writing journey. They have a different life. They have a different way of working. What is most important is that you find the best way for you to write. Figure out whether you're an early bird or a night owl, whether you can sit there, have the time to sit there for hours on end and write, or whether you have to sort of figure out how to implement short writing sessions into your everyday life. You have to figure out how to fit writing into your own schedule. No one else is going to be able to do it for you. Figure out where it's best to write, what best to listen to while you write, what inspires you, what demotivates you. These are all key to finding the time to write, keeping the determination to write, and keeping the motivation to write. Number 6. Don't delete your work. Don't do it. Deleting is bad. We don't delete things in the writing community. We take it out and we put it in another little trash can over in the corner and we leave it there. Why? Because while it might not work at the moment for your novel, while you might not enjoy it, you might find use of it somewhere else. You might need to put it back into your novel. This conversation between these two characters might not work for this story, but make another 2 characters for a different story, and that conversation could work again. Your old stuff is there to help guide you, to help give you more, and to help inspire you. There might be some gold in those few paragraphs that don't quite fit or you don't quite like, so don't throw them away. Keep them for later. Oh, also while I'm here, save your work, save your work, save your damn work. And number 7, the most important tip for new writers is to have fun. Writing can be really, really stressful. It's made even more stressful by the presence of social media. Sometimes outside sources can sort of suck the fun out of writing. The stress of life, the stress of trying to get the first draft done, the stress of trying to make a scene work. Don't focus on the stress. And make sure you have fun with what you're writing. Write what you like, write what you want to write, not what someone else wants. Write the things you enjoy. Indulge in those tropes and cliches or the AUs that you absolutely adore. Don't be afraid to write new things. Don't be afraid to try new things. You need to put as much fun into your writing and into your writing process as you possibly can to counteract all the stress and hard work that you are inevitably going to face if you are damn serious about becoming a published author. That's everything for this video. Let me know down in the comments below, have you ever encountered an original idea that is similar to yours? What are your favourite or least favourite tropes and cliches? Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Good thoughts and happy writing.